What's up, everybody? Luigi here, and I'm back with another podcast. I want to welcome you to Dadcast Games, episode 11. Wow, 11 episodes, huh? So, today I got some topics that I want to talk about. But before I do that, let you know what we're going to talk about. I want to introduce two guests that I have today. First one's going to be my little sister, Lilo. What's up, Lilo? How you doing?
Hello. Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you being here.
Let's do it, I guess.
All right, and then my second guest is going to be Doodle Bob. Sup, my boy?
Hello,
How you
hello.
doing?
What's up, man?
Damn, Doodle Bob, that voice though, man. Be careful.
You
My
know
wife
it.
listens to this, bro.
What the hell?
How's everything going with you?
It's going day by day.
I heard you were busy the other day.
Oh yeah, I was just doing a podcast last night.
Nice. Hey, you got to share it. I didn't even know you were doing podcasting.
Yeah, it was all about Pokemon, so it's a little bit
Hey,
different
man.
from this one.
Yeah, I bet that's a really big market from what I understand.
Yeah, I think almost multi-billion, right?
Yeah. All right, guys. So, like I said, I want to thank you guys for being here today, for helping out with this episode today. Before we get into any of the topics, I just want you guys to introduce yourselves. Lilo, let's go ahead and start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for a living, if you want to talk about that? What kind of video games do you like? This is a video game podcast, so have at it. What kind of games do you like playing?
Oh, well, I like playing a lot of video games. I'm not really picky, but I think the two main ones right now, at least for FPS, are Valorant and Overwatch. Well, Overwatch is not really, but and Hogwarts Legacy. I think I'm like at the last. I'm like at the end already on Hogwarts Legacy.
No way,
So
dude. You're already further than me, and I got it like when it released. That's crazy.
yeah, it's really good. Once you get into it, man, you just can't put it down.
You
You
know,
know?
I was the last thing I did. I actually played last night till like midnight because I was like, I haven't played in a while, and I literally just got the Beasts quest where you
Oh, where you
can
can like,
pet them or whatever, like feed them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you're way behind. Then, jeez, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
already at the end.
Tell me
I
about
don't want to
it.
spoil anything, so I won't say anything, but it is really good. I think it's cool.
That's good. What
Um,
house did you pick?
I didn't pick. I linked it to my uh Hogwarts or my Pottermore account, and am a Gryffindor, so I just kept my Gryffindor house.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. What?
What about you? What house are
That's
you?
Oh, same thing. I just linked my Pottermore account, and obviously I'm a Gryffindor too. So that's where I'm at.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I do.
You
I
already
do
know
a
I'm
lot
nerdy
of.
like the Hufflepuffs.
I thought you were a Ravenclaw.
Oh, am I? As you can tell, I don't play the game.
He doesn't have it. I told him we could Steam share it.
Aria has she's a Hufflepuff. Odin and Laura are Ravenclaws.
Yeah, Odin sounds like a Ravenclaw. Arya also.
A little
She's
smart
definitely
ass.
is a little Hufflepuff. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, back to like Valorant and stuff. I don't know. I've just gotten a kick at like recently being decent at keyboard and mouse, so it's
I,
kind of like addicting.
I don't know how you guys do it. Like I can't get like my hand shakes a lot. It's weird.
It is really difficult once I couldn't do Valorant for a very, very long time, but once I started getting the hang of like being able to keyboard and mouse, man, I don't know. We get so frustrated with the game. We can only play like probably like 2 games a day, but still, it's like addicting. Like you have to go back to it the next day to try and win.
I've watched you play it, and then I think I played a few times when you were like AFK. I was like, oh, so she doesn't get kicked. I started playing, but man, it's difficult. I gotta tell you.
Oh yeah. You have to be very like, I don't know, consistent with everything. And I mean, you can ask Doodleball. Like when I first started playing Valorant, like my DPS, which is how fast my mouse moves, was like super high,
Uh-huh.
and so was my sensitivity. So he was like, I don't know how you were getting kills. Like, it
Yeah,
was
she was like, I play on 800 DPI and about 4.4 sensitivity. She was like I think it was what do you have, like
I think
9,000 DPI or something like that.
What
It
the
was
heck?
like,
yeah.
dude, we're inside. I was just trying to figure it out why she wasn't so accurate. So I just told her to move her mouse, just slide her mouse just 2 mice over, and she did a full 360 like 8 times. And I was like, oh, well, there you go.
There's your
Yeah.
answer.
Maybe
But
that's
you
why
know
I'm
what?
not
I
that
was
good.
still getting kills. Yeah, maybe you need to fix your DPI and your
Because
sensitivity.
I haven't changed any of that. Like I literally just left it however the default is. Maybe
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
'cause
gonna
definitely need
help.
to change it then. Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
know
like I feel like I shake too
um
much. Like when I'm trying to
that would
aim.
be it. That would be it.
yeah. Aim Labs has a thing where you can get
Find your
like a
perfect
custom,
sensitivity. Yeah.
find your
Oh.
perfect sensitivity for each game, because obviously every game is going to be different. I did that, and actually I started doing a lot better and started getting a lot more kills and being more reliable as a teammate in Valorant and Overwatch, I guess. Cuz man, I was just getting upset all the time because I was always bottom frag, but now I actually contribute to the team.
Nice.
you know?
Yeah, you've gotten significantly better from when you started. It's actually quite impressive.
And that's how it is with games too. So you got to just keep playing.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
that's why
Yeah.
I stopped playing a lot of like first person shooters or online games because I don't have the time to sit here, like and get good at the
Get
game. So I
significantly
get
better.
so freaking frustrated when I'm over here getting my ass handed to me, and I'm just like, dude,
Yep.
it's annoying.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's
I don't
impressive
know.
all the pros that stream and go back and forth from different games and still be really good.
It's
It's so hard to
ridiculous.
get good at one game.
But you
And
got to
these
think
people are
about it.
just
That's really what they do all day, no? Like
that is true.
they
They
have
have the
like
time.
that. Yeah, they have
I
like
mean,
that.
let's talk about when we used to have the time. When we used to have the time, we used to be the best that we could be at every game that we played, like back in the day, whether it be like on the Xbox or whatever,
That is
or a
true.
Mario game. We used to pretty much be really good. Why? Because we had so much time on our hands. And now we're what? 25 and 24
Working.
and old and working, and everything
Well, I'm in my
cracks.
mid
Yeah.
30s, so I'm
Well,
about
yeah,
to hit
you're
my
in
mid
your
Yeah.
mid
30s.
30s.
So
And like, we got responsibilities now. You have kids, we have jobs that we have to work on, we have school. We still like are working on our school and our degrees and stuff. It's just
well,
not the same anymore.
remember how good we were, or at least me, at on Halo 3? Remember the TV we used to play on? Like
Yeah, we used
now,
to play on the tiniest TV ever,
I
man.
can't play on the TV now because of the input lag,
Yeah.
and like I have to
Yep.
play on the monitor because I never believed that. I used to be like, when my friends would tell me, buy a monitor that's gonna help out with the lag and the input lag, and I was like, whatever, dude, you just you suck or whatever. But no, man, once I got the monitor, I was like, dude, I can't believe that's really what it was, the input lag. Like that helped
Mm-hmm.
out so much. It's
And it's crazy to
ridiculous.
think about how, like, if you go back to an old game that you used to play a long time ago and you look at the graphics and you're just like, what the hell? We used to play on this and
Dude,
watch this and do all this.
for real.
Yeah.
You're just like free. You're like, okay, I don't know how we used to do this because now we have so much. I don't know. We have everything that's better now.
Yeah.
And back then we used to
It
like
was so
not
bad.
care. Yeah, you see every little pixel like move.
Yeah.
You
Recently,
know?
my friend, I went to go and play Call of Duty World at War because we're gonna see the zombies. It is so bad graphics, and I was on PC with like full graphics up. It was everything. I was like playing Minecraft. It was so bad.
That's
I just
funny.
don't remember that. I remember it was. I remember such good graphics. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you remember and you're like, oh, it was good graphics for back then. And then you look at it, you actually go back and look at it, and you're like, what the hell? This is what we played?
I like how you guys reference like games that were like 5 to 10 years ago. Man, I'm over here thinking about games from like 15, 20 years ago. Like,
I didn't reference a game.
no, I mean, and I'm
I
not
was saying,
saying,
like,
I'm not saying it's bad, but
yeah.
it's just I'm over here thinking about like GoldenEye from the N64. You know,
Oh my god, I remember that. I got
it's
to
on
play
Game
that
Pass right now.
actually. Is it really?
Yeah, the original one.
Wow. Is it as shitty as?
Yeah, the graphics are terrible, dude. But
Oh,
at least now you could use the dual analog sticks to play it.
I used to love that game. I still
Yeah.
watch this guy still speed runs it a lot.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, those speed runs are crazy.
What about you, Doodle Bob? What games do
Yeah,
you
Doodle
play?
Bob, what about you, man? Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about
Well,
yourself.
my name is Doodlebob or Tim. I'm Lilo's boyfriend at the moment, and we
At the moment?
play. Yeah,
What's that supposed to mean?
we'll be married soon. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
good save, good save, good save. Uh, we currently play a lot of Valorant. I don't know if you guys know that game. It's very popular right now, and we play a lot of Overwatch. I'm getting back into Call of Duty, which was my go-to game back in the day, and that's about it. That's all the time I have. And Binding of Isaac. That's another big game that I play by myself. It's more of a single-player game, but God,
We
I
play
love
that with
Binding of
Odin sometimes, I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Odin loves to play with the
Yeah.
Binding of Isaac when you're there.
Binding of Isaac's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah. What about on your off time? You have any hobbies or anything besides gaming? Do you do anything else?
Gaming is probably my biggest hobby. My second biggest hobby is, I would say, playing golf. I'm a huge golf nerd. I play every single week, practice every single week. And then I have my other side job, which is, I would say, more of a hobby, and that's streaming and selling Pokemon cards
That's right. You
and
said you
collecting
do a
Pokemon
podcast,
cards.
though. What kind of
Yeah.
podcast is your? You said it's more of a collecting.
Yeah, it was more of a Pokemon relative podcast. You know, they were asking me questions about Pokemon and the movies
He
and
guessed
the
it on one of
shows. And
his friends.
yeah,
He was a
it was
guest.
one of my good friends that does a podcast on whatnot, and I kind of guest starred on it.
Oh, okay, nice. So you're another guest here then.
Yep.
Nice.
He's
Appreciate
pretty much
it.
a pro now.
Dude, when I was gonna get started with this, when I was doing all the research on how to do a podcast and whatnot, because I would listen to podcasts and I'm like, I think I could do that. But once I started doing it, man, I'm like, damn, this is a lot harder than
It's
it
difficult.
seems. Like I was just like, I don't know how to keep the conversation going, especially when you're talking by yourself, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like
Yeah.
we're used to being inside like a Discord call, and if you pay attention inside a Discord call when you play video games, there's a lot of silence. You know, there's people talking about the game and doing callouts and stuff, but there's a lot of silence and not keeping the conversation going. And that's what I was very used to. And then going to do a podcast and having to talk nonstop
Yeah.
hurts your throat.
Yeah, I learned to keep water next to me when I'm
Yeah,
doing this.
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I went to go and get right before this. I went to go and get a drink just for that occasion.
All right, well, guys, thank you guys for being here. Like I said, we're gonna have a couple topics. So let's before we get into it, let me go ahead and let the audience know what we're gonna be talking about. So first topic that I want to talk about today, it's gonna be the Microsoft purchase of Activision Blizzard. So I don't know if you guys have heard any information about that, but I just want to take your opinions about that. And then the next topic after that, I want to talk about a little bit about what Doodlebob does. So I want to actually hear what he does on his streaming, on his podcast, what he does with the Pokemon cards. I know you mentioned you do the collection of the Pokemon cards and they ask you questions about it. I kind of want to get your take on that. I want to hear what you do. But before we get into it, guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to follow the channel. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. If you haven't already, go ahead and give it a 5-star rating. That helps me out, keeps me motivated to keep going, and just tells me that you guys are enjoying what you're listening to. Also, don't forget, at the end of every episode, you click the episode, especially if you're on Spotify, scroll all the way to the bottom. I have a question that you guys can interact with. If you guys can interact with that, it gives me an idea of what kind of people I'm talking to, right? So just kind of lets me get to know you a little bit better. Without further ado, let's get into the first topic.
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition. So right now, Microsoft was fighting a battle in the UK, right, in the European Union, about purchasing Activision Blizzard. Before we get into any of the results of that, what do you guys think about this acquisition? Do you guys think it's going to be bad for gaming, or do you think it's going to be good for gaming? Just go ahead and spitball whatever you guys think about
Go
this.
ahead. I'll let you go first.
Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of people saying that it's going to be bad for gaming. A lot of big companies, right, like PlayStation. I actually disagree with it, and biggest reason is because it seems like Microsoft wants to take gaming everywhere, not just on their platform, which is Xbox, right? So maybe I'm being hopeful, I don't know, but it seems like they're trying to take gaming for everyone. It's not just that whole exclusivity thing. Oh, you know what? We own this company, so you can only play it here. It doesn't seem like Microsoft is going in that direction, especially with cloud gaming and whatnot. Them putting Game Pass on, TVs and your cell phones and whatnot, on PC and the Xbox. So you have many different ways to access their games other than just buying their console. That makes sense?
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Me too. Honestly, I don't think Microsoft is going to go on the route of being exclusive, especially because that'll just piss off the fans. It'll just make people who purchase their games and purchase any games that obviously Activision and Blizzard have mad, and then that'll just be a crash of Microsoft itself, because once you get those gaming fans mad, man, that's not going to be good. It could be a little bit difficult because, I mean, obviously they have big games like Call of Duty, and because who knows
Well, they got
what route.
WoW also, so.
Oh yeah, well, wow. And who knows what direction they're going to go, or if they're just going to keep the same people, because you never know if they want to just change things. They can, but hopefully they don't. Hopefully
And I
they keep
mean,
the
they
same
are
people
in
that are on
last
there.
place, so I don't know why they're like, especially like fanboys. Like, I hate fanboys, because if you enjoy gaming, in my opinion, it's just you play video games where you like to play them. It doesn't matter if you're on Nintendo, on freaking Super Nintendo or Xbox or PlayStation, whatever. If you like to play video games, you're gonna play them wherever you have fun with it, right? So this whole thing about being, oh, but if it's gonna be exclusive to Xbox, then the PlayStation people are gonna be cut out, and I don't think that's the case.
I really
And
doubt they're going to go
No,
exclusive.
but even
they
if
would
it
lose
They
so
is,
just
much money.
even if it
Yeah.
is, think about it. Doesn't PlayStation or Sony right now have the rights, like the exclusivity rights to some of the Call of Duty stuff, like some of the skins, and like they get to release the game before any other platform, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
the case right now?
yeah,
But either
So
way, there's still a lot of, if you like think about how there's exclusive skins for each console. Like Fortnite did the same thing. When you first got Fortnite, if you got it on the PS4, you got an exclusive skin. If you got it on the Xbox, you got an exclusive skin. If you got it on the PC, you got an exclusive skin. Like, I think every game now has exclusive skins for different consoles.
yeah. But
And
even if they
nobody's
make
mad
like
about that.
an exclusive skin just for Xbox and left PlayStation, even if they do that, like little details inside each game, you get maybe a perk if it's on Xbox. There's no way they would take it off other platforms, because that right there, I know Activision for Call of Duty made like 7.5 billion on just PlayStation, which is 13%, right?
yeah,
There's no way they're going to lose 7.5 billion just to take it off of PlayStation. I mean, yeah, if you look at it the other way, they would make a lot of people switch over to Xbox, and they'll gain sales through Xbox consoles. But there's no way they would just hope, that big of a company is not going to hope that people would switch over just because of a certain game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I totally agree on that. So let's get into the whole CMA decision. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at it, but pretty much the UK's authority, so it's the Competition and Markets Authority, right? The CMA. So they made a decision, and they sided with Microsoft over the concerns of the software giant getting Call of Duty exclusivity from PlayStation, right? So that means that they decided that this is not going to make a big effect in gaming, especially because Microsoft is making promises that they're going to make deals with PlayStation and other devices to keep Call of Duty everywhere, not just on Xbox.
Yeah.
So I am on TheVerge.com. I'm just going to read this little article really quickly. So it says the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, has now sided with Microsoft over concerns the software giant could remove Call of Duty from PlayStation if its proposed Activision Blizzard deal is approved. The regulator still has concerns about the deal's impact on the cloud gaming market and will complete its investigation by the end of April. So I guess it's still not set in stone, right? Based on this, they're still deciding whether the whole cloud gaming thing is gonna be affected. But I guess it's a step in the right direction for Microsoft, don't you think?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, a huge step.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to acquire something as big as those two companies, Activision and Blizzard, that's a huge step.
I do want to say something though. Like, I hope they do, Microsoft, I'm talking about. I hope if they do acquire them, I hope they do good things with them, because I don't know if you remember when they bought, what was it, the one that made Fable, Lionsgate, or what was it, the company?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, it is Lionsgate, right? Or is it top? No,
Like something Lions, right? Well, they're the ones that make Fable. And remember how like
Lionhead. That's the one.
they acquired it, and they did nothing with Fable, and like they were talking about
Fable is such a
like
good
these
game.
big
Oh, yeah.
promises, but they did nothing. I just hope that's not the case with Microsoft getting this big company, especially because they just also acquired, what was it, Bethesda, right? They just acquired
Yep.
Bethesda and all that. So I'm hoping that they do good with these companies and they don't mess up the games that everybody loves, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know I keep speaking on Call of Duty because that's the one I know the most. It can't be as bad as when Call of Duty competitive switched over to PlayStation, right? Because I know there was a lot of problems with that, with the whole entire LAN issue and PlayStation,
Right.
the console not working with LAN.
That's right.
So
That's right.
that's what I really want to know is what would happen to the competitive COD scene. I know they're on PC mostly right now. Like all the competitive inside those games that are getting acquired, what would happen to the competitive side? So that's where usually the viewers are at. Everyone watches competitive. If you're into a game, you're gonna watch the competitive scene, right?
Right.
So if I hope it doesn't go off a PC and they move it towards Xbox on console again, because that's, I don't know, it's kind of lame for me if you go to a console, especially with something that is so, right now Call of Duty is so graphic heavy on systems that I think
Yeah.
PC handles it so well. And I hope because it's Microsoft, everything moves towards PC gaming. Because again, being able to cross-platform right now, it doesn't really matter if it moves to the PC because you can still play Xbox, right, and still play with PC people on Call of Duty in pretty much every single game. So I don't know. I think
Well,
that's where my head's at.
isn't the competitive scene for Call of Duty right now on PlayStation, or is it on PC? I thought it was on PlayStation, right?
I thought they moved to PC in 2021,
Oh,
unless they
did
moved
they?
back.
'Cause I remember I thought I saw that it was on PlayStation because they were like promoting the PlayStation or Sony when they were on the tournament or whatever. I may be wrong. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'll look it up right now.
Because I
Call
know
of Duty
Street
League announced to
Fighter.
switch to console to PC in 2020, and the league moves in 2021 to PC.
Also, they are on PC.
I think you're able to play PlayStation 4 though, or PlayStation 5. I don't know.
Because isn't that the biggest thing right now that they say that console players or controller players have the advantage? And that's why like a lot of PC players are switching over to controller play, especially on Call of Duty now.
Because of the aim assist, is that what?
Yeah, because the aim assist is so good now. It like
Yep.
it's way better than just going mouse and keyboard. Because before mouse and keyboard was the preferred way for like shooters because of how
Yep.
fast you can move.
Exactly. The
now-
movement was so good.
Yeah, but now the aim assist is just too good. Like I guess
Yep.
it's too powerful. So like
Yep.
a lot of PC players are switching over to controller now, which is crazy.
Yep.
to
I know
think,
that's
you know.
that's kind of what's going on with Apex right now as well. Because I know a lot of people, a lot of professionals, at least that I've watched like on Twitch and stuff, um, have started playing on a controller because the aim assist is so good on the controller.
Yeah, dude. Like
Like, but that's ridiculous. What
I
the-
watch
I
people
guess
on like YouTube that used to play PC and they're like, yeah, we're switching over to controller because it's so good.
Yep.
It's crazy,
Mhm.
It's such a huge advantage. Like, why wouldn't you take it? Right.
right?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if they can like even it out. I don't know if it would ever be evened out where like controller and keyboard and mouse are at the same level, but I really doubt it because it's so different.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
to be-
it kind of was before though, no? Don't you think? Like them tweaking the whole aim assist was what ruined it for the PC gamers? Because I think it used to be a little bit more fair.
I don't know. It's. I feel coming from someone that played a lot of competitive shooters in COD and stuff. Aim assist was always better. That's why all pros always use aim assist with controller. Even when they went to PC, they still use controller. Even with the tweak is what opened everyone's eyes and was like, okay, now it's too good.
Too good,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like to the point where there's no point of even using mouse and keyboard at
Yeah.
all.
You don't have an advantage anymore.
Yeah,
with mouse
you know,
and keyboard.
if you go and look at people like a good example is Shroud, that can use mouse and keyboard on every single game and still be one of the best, you know, with aiming. You don't need the aim assist, right? If you're hitting your shots, you're hitting your shots, and you don't really need to have that extra aim assist. But if you're talking about a casual player like us that goes onto a game and misses, you know, one or two shots that could actually win us a gunfight, aim assist is huge because that changes a lot.
I can speak
mean,
for
I think-
experience because I suck. I suck, dude. Like I get so
I was about to
frustrated.
say like, I mean, I think, like that's why I still like when I do play Fortnite, I still play on a controller because I do get that aim assist boost.
Yep.
I don't think I would be able to play on a
Yeah, it's huge.
keyboard
huge.
and mouse.
I don't know. When I built my PC, like my friend was peer pressuring me, like, "Bro, play on keyboard and mouse. You're gonna like it better." But I'm telling you, I just get frustrated. I can't like my. But
It's
it
a-
could be
it's a
the whole
difficult
what you
switch.
guys said. You know, I maybe have to just tweak my settings and I might be better at it. But I don't know. I couldn't get used to it. I still can't. You know.
It's a big change.
And then my
Huge
hand
change,
gets cramped. To be honest, my left
Yeah.
hand doing all the like reaching and all that to press the buttons. My hand
I
starts
don't know
getting
when I
cramped.
switched.
You have small
switched.
hands.
I switched back in CS:GO days. and
No,
that
I don't
was-
have small hands, but it's just the way, like especially the pinky movement. You know, like
Yep.
that's what starts giving me like starts hurting. Starts giving me that
Let's
cramp.
no, you can't even say nothing because you used to play Guitar Hero and be fine. Hitting that orange button used to be difficult.
True, and
On
that's
Guitar
exactly
Hero.
what my friend said. Like, dude, you played Guitar Hero. What are you talking about? Hey, but again, I'm getting older. My hands are not the
Yeah.
same.
You start cramping.
No, I do get cramped. Like
Wait.
when I play keyboard and mouse, it
When we
just
went
starts
to the gym
cramping,
the other
dude.
day.
Oh man, that's crazy. Don't even want to talk
We
about
went- Just as we tried doing mountain climbers, we stopped at the second mountain climber.
that. We got a cramp in the same spot too. That was funny.
Yeah, we were like, whoa. We were both like dying, and we could not finish our mountain climbers. Sadly, that's how you
Alright.
know.
Well, let's wrap this one up. Just one last time. Do you guys think that this is gonna be a good thing for gaming if Microsoft is able to acquire Activision Blizzard? Doodle Bob, what do you think?
I think yes, because Microsoft, of course, like I said, already dominates the PC world, right? Microsoft Windows. It's already you can already get a lot of games from Xbox onto your Microsoft, like Windows 10, Windows 11. I don't think it's gonna hurt at all because I know Microsoft isn't dumb company. They're clearly smart in acquisitions and stuff. So I'm scared to see them doing this big of a acquisition and then moving to acquiring like a bunch of smaller ones. Because if they're able to say yes to this big of a company like Blizzard and Activision, are they going to be able to say no to smaller gaming companies if they go and scoop up all the rest of them? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the only thing that I'm scared of is if this isn't the last one, right? Which I know for a fact it's not going to be the last one for Microsoft. But in terms of right now, I think it's going to be okay.
What about you, Lilo? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Final thoughts on this?
My thoughts are, I just hope that they do good. You know, I think it's gonna be okay. I don't think it's gonna hurt them at all. I
Like
just
gaming
hope that,
overall, right? You don't think it's gonna
yeah,
hurt gaming overall?
I don't think it's gonna hurt gaming overall, honestly. You know, just like Doodle Bob said, you know, Microsoft has brought a lot of the Xbox universe into the PC universe, and we're able to cross-platform with a lot of games that we were not able to back in the past.
And those are my thoughts exactly as well. Like, you brought up about they brought, the gaming to PC, right? At the end of the day, Microsoft has the best online service out there, whether you want to believe it or not. Like, when it comes to online gaming and online services, Microsoft is the benchmark, right? Like PlayStation has work to do to be at the same level as Microsoft, and Nintendo. Let's not even speak Nintendo. They don't even have voice chat, so it's like they're the benchmark when it comes to like online services. So I think they're gonna be okay, and I think they're gonna put the gamer in ahead of their business needs. I think obviously it's a big business, they want to make money, right? But at the end of the day, they're really big on keeping the community happy, which is the gaming community in general, not just the Xbox community, right? They're talking about in general all of gaming, all the gamers, whether you play on PC, on Xbox, on, like I said, the Super Nintendo, right? They want to make
Yeah.
everybody happy, not just the Xbox community.
For sure.
Yep, exactly.
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
All right, guys. Last topic that I want to talk about today is going to be about Doodle Bob. So he goes on, is it a website, Doodle Bob?
It's a website and an app. It's mostly
Okay.
an app.
Okay, so it's called Whatnot, right?
Yes, correct.
So, well, tell me a little bit. What do you do there? Like, what exactly is the purpose of you being on that platform? Because I've never heard about it, and I'm kind of interested based on what you told me a little bit before the podcast. So I do want to hear what you do there and what are the benefits of being on that website.
Okay, so pretty much Whatnot is an app that anyone can go and join. It's a streaming auction website or app that you can go and sell collectibles such as like sports trading cards, uh, mangas, comics, even coins. You can even go as deep as going to Disney pins, which I like to buy a lot for Lilo over here. But for me, I personally stick with my Pokemon cards since that's what I know the best. And I run auctions. I run games. It's all about little mini games so you can win cards, and it's all just a bunch of fun.
Mm. And just for the record, this is not a paid advertisement. We're not being paid to advertise this website. It's just something that I thought was interesting, right? Because I collect video games and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So when you told me about that, I'm like, hey, maybe I could, do something like that on that platform. But go ahead, continue. Like, what else? Like, what kind of, like, how did you get your follow? Like, is it difficult to get a following there? Like, how do you get your name out there when you're doing these auctions?
It's super difficult to start off. Just like every single other streaming platform,
Right,
you need to build an audience, right?
right.
And the best way to build the audience is for people to know who you are first. So I am a mod for a couple big streamers. So that's when my name kind of got out there. That's where I gained a good bit of following. And also, my name is also Doodle Bob, and a lot of people like my name. That's why a lot of people follow me. So what I've been told. But when it comes to streaming on platforms, one, you got to have good prices because, of course, it's still buying, it's still auctions. Another one is you got to have good quality cards, good quality packaging. But mostly, it's all about having fun. Everyone goes on there, and it's such a great community because people, when it comes to us grown-ups now that used to collect Pokemon cards, we have the money to spend on collectibles, right? Most
Right.
people that collect have a little bit of extra money to spend on collectibles. So the price is not a huge factor. It's all about, is it fun to acquire these things? That's why I like to do a lot of games like dice games or Monopoly. We play Monopoly for cards and stuff.
That's
And
fun.
yeah, and once you start gathering that small community, even a big community now, and you get those regular customers that have a great time and go there to, same thing with gaming, right? You go and play some games on the Xbox and stuff to cool down, to get away from real life, and go to your little world that you love collecting and love playing video games and stuff. And that's what it pretty much is. It's just to get your mind off of it, and of course, to grow your collection, your personal collection.
Right.
I think when it
Eh,
comes to whatnot, I think it's really cool. Sorry,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
because you get to join the. I mean, you join this community, but a lot of these people, because they want to get a community, because they want to get people into their streams, they'll do a lot of giveaways about good cards or good pins for Disney or like legit things. Um, there's one time where we won probably like a $300 Disney bag
Yep.
Dang.
because it was just in a giveaway. And we've won pins. Tim has won, or Doodle Bob has won lots of very expensive cards that he's used
Yep.
in his games or he's for his collection just in general. So I think it's really cool that you can go in there and not even have to spend a dime and be able to get free stuff.
For sure. All you have to do is just, if you have an address, you can go in there. You don't have to spend any money. It's all about having a good time, right? And there is giveaways. There's a lot of giveaways on the website. Some giveaways are, like she said, $300 plus bag. That's a huge giveaway for the community. And that's what I love so much about the website, is that, especially in the Pokemon section, I can't really speak that much for other sections because I'm not that involved. But especially in the Pokemon section, everyone's so nice and so giving. Like, my regulars that come in, one of my other streamer friends even built me a dice tower, and sent it to me. It's one of those things where I send him cards, he sends me cards for my personal collection. It's not a money transaction. It's just because it's just a good community, and we're just building friendships there. It's awesome.
And it helps you, grow your collection, right? Like if you're looking for something and somebody has it, that's a good
Exactly.
way. That's a good way to grow your collection. That's cool. I like how you brought up, being adults, right? Like I named this podcast Dadcast Games, right? Because as a dad, believe it or not, gaming is my hobby. It
Mm.
is my out to the everyday life that I lead, where that I'm a dad, I'm a husband. I have to provide, right? I have to go to work. And when I come and game, that puts my mind at ease, and I don't have to be thinking about, oh, I got to pay the rent. Oh, I got to pay my car note, right? I got to pay the bills. I got
Yeah,
to
for
go to
sure.
work. And that really gets your mind off of the stress of everyday life.
For sure.
So I like that you mentioned that. It's just a way to just kind of get your mind off of everyday life as an adult. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
for sure. Just talking to people, you know, it's the same thing as gaming. What I like to say about gaming is, once you get like a little group of friends, it's also a way to get stuff off your shoulder. Like your friend be like, "Hey, what's up, man? How's your day been?" You say something. It's a great way to vent and and talk to new people, and especially find new friends. I've met so many great people, started having great friendships with so many great other streamers, and people that come to my stream. It's the same thing with gaming. You meet a new person inside of a lobby, and you start playing with them, and then you start growing that friendship. It's crazy how stuff like this works out.
So I do have a question.
Yes.
I want to ask about scammers.
Scammers.
Yeah, is that something that I should be wary about, or anybody that's interested in this website, whatnot? Do you want to
Uh,
be, wary about scammers, people who want to scam you for money, or they tell you they're gonna send you something if you send them a certain amount of money? Like how
that is a
how how often do you come across something like that?
that's a great question. Because recently there was a big controversy with actually a really good friend of mine and a really big customer of one of my other streamer friends. He spends a lot of Pokemon cards, and he's a great dude. Became really good friends with him. His name is Dan. He was talking to me about this, and recently there was, I would say, a good sized streamer in the Pokemon section that was doing a game where if you pull a gold card from one of the new sets, which is not the most hardest cards to pull, if you pull a gold card, you win like, I think it was like a huge like $400 pack or something like that. It was pretty hefty. So people were buying, and they caught it on camera that apparently he resealed the packs and took out all the gold
Oh,
cards.
no way.
And yeah, and he got called out, and of course he got banned. But Whatnot's very, very, I can say this, Whatnot's very, very good with getting rid of the bad eggs, because it's all on camera, right?
Yeah.
It's all live. That's the one thing. It's so hard to get away with stuff that's live. So you don't have to really worry about it. And that's when I say go towards the people that have good ratings. That's another thing that's really great about Whatnot, is that everyone can rate. So once you buy from someone, you once you acquire that item into the package, it gets shipped to you, of course, from the seller. And once you acquire it, you can rate their shipping, you can rate the product, you can comment on their profile, and it stays there. Like, I had someone that commented on my profile, and they gave me all 5 stars, but I knew the person, and they accidentally clicked 4.5 stars on the last one because they were going really fast, and they messaged me. It's like, "Hey, I accidentally clicked 4.5 stars. I'm so sorry. Like, I'll contact Whatnot, and Whatnot will not remove it. It's
Oh,
like, even if it's an accident, once it's
yeah.
there, it's there. So
Dang.
uh, like, if you see someone's ratings and they're, you know, lower, I would say below 4.8 star, then that's when you need to like second guess your purchases. Look at the reviews. You can always look at people's reviews if it's worth it. Everyone will say it there, so you don't have to really worry about it.
Okay. So I do want to come back to this whole review system thing, but I do want to get a feel of how this auctioning works, right? I want to understand how it works. So let me just kind of set the scene. So is it one of those where okay, you have a pack, right? You tell somebody, you tell your audience, hey, I'm gonna sell this pack for $5, and then somebody buys it, they open it on camera, and then
Yep.
whatever they get, you send them that. Is that how it works?
Well,
Or
for a lot of people, say I do have a pack and it's worth $5. I
hmm
auction it. Some people sell it for lower, do like dollar auctions on packs, and
yeah,
people will bid up, try to get that pack. A lot of people do games where, if you pull it's called a bounty. If you pull this card in the pack, then you win a bigger prize. So the packs will be worth more. So that people buy like $8 a pack instead of $5 a pack. Anyways, uh, and
so
once you
to
buy,
incentivize, right? You kind of incentivize them to pay more for that
exactly.
pack. Okay, makes
Exactly.
sense.
But people that just sell outright packs, it's usually about $5, like you said. And you can ask them. A lot of people want the pack shipped to them or rip. It's called rip or ship.
hmm
And they'll say in a side chat, like, I want it ripped. So you rip it and you can be like, hey, you want bulk or do you not want bulk? Or you just want your hits? And you can the customer has full control, right?
Okay.
Uh, the customer can say if they want it ripped, they want it sent just like that, closed, or if they just want their hits, like their hollows and stuff, or if they want everything, right? Um, so yeah, it's all the customer's choice.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to get a feel of how it works because I haven't seen it in action or anything. But okay, that gives me an idea of how it kind of works. So going back to the rating thing, right? Like I said, I did want to get back into that. Um, and just a little backstory. The reason why I'm gonna ask this is because if you know, I don't know if Lilo has told you or not, but I was really big into collecting video games. Um, maybe like I stopped maybe 5 years ago. But I used to be very big on collecting. I used to go to events. I used to go to like the community events where they all get together, and it's kind of like what you do on the website, but in
Yep,
person, right? We all
yep,
take our collections. We try to sell what we don't necessarily want or
yep,
any extras that we have, right? And then you try to get things that you want from other collectors. And the community was very good when it came to that, but when the whole COVID thing hit, a lot of people started doing like Instagram, um, what's it called? Posts or like sales or whatever, right? And I started buying off of those because I thought those were good. I was like, okay, they're saying,
yeah, yeah.
this is how much,
Exactly.
and like they were giving good prices on the video games and the consoles and whatnot. But I got really screwed on some consoles and some games. I got some games that were not original, they were replicas, and
Yep,
in video gaming that's so it's a difficult thing to spot unless you're actually there looking at the actual board of the game, right? And
yep,
then not only that, I got scammed on consoles where they were saying, oh yeah, it's in good condition, it works, and you get it's not working, right? So even
yep.
though you're getting it for a good price, like I have an example, right? I bought a Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo right now normally goes for like $100, $110 with a controller, all the cables, and a game. Usually that's how much you pay. I ended up getting two Super Nintendos for $50 each, right? Same thing,
Yep.
a controller, the cables, and a game each. And I thought, man, this is a steal. But it turns out the games were replicas, so they were fake,
Mm,
and
yep,
then the consoles didn't even work.
yep.
So, even though I got a good deal on them, at the end of the day, I'm out $50 each, right? So
For
100
sure.
bucks. So it kind of sucks. So whatever. So
Yeah.
I stopped collecting because of scammers like that, right? And then
Yep,
people really try to get you to stop going to certain events because they want to be the only people selling or the only people buying
yep,
the good stuff, right?
yep.
So, like I said, going back to that rating thing, do you get a lot of people that go and rate you, give you negative ratings on purpose to try to get you lower on the discoverability or whatever?
Um, no, I don't. I've only had it one time, and that was all right. So the website back when I first started, you were able to run giveaways, and the people that won the giveaways were able to rate you, and it's not actually buyers. And so I was running a lot of giveaways, and one of the people that won the giveaways was a troll, of course. All he was doing on the website was just making bot accounts and winning giveaways and then rating people really low, which I found out. And I got hit with one of them where he rated me really low, and it still hurt my rating to this day. I should have 5 stars, but I only have 4.91 right now.
Yeah.
I should have 5 stars, which is really unfortunate. But once Whatnot saw that, they're like, wait, we're not going to make it where people that win giveaways can rate, because that's kind of bogus, right?
Yeah.
They're not actually buying. But when it comes to other sellers going and purchasing off your thing, they're not gonna, because it shows the name of the person if they write a review, right? They're not gonna go and destroy someone's rating, because of course the seller's able to see it now.
Yeah.
So it's just it's all protected now, so I don't have to worry about that.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's all I was worried about. But that sounds interesting, man. I may be something I want to go do. I'm gonna go check out some your streams to see how it works.
Try and
just
collect.
kinda...
Maybe they do video games too.
Well, if I do go in, I'm probably gonna go in just to try to get rid of some of my collection, just because like I'm getting older. I really, there's no need for me to have these video games anymore, and they're just sitting there. It sucks, but they're just sitting there, and I don't know. It could go to someone who's actually gonna put use to them, like play them or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you want to become a seller on there, let me know, because I can refer people.
No, let me know.
And I can refer people. And since I'm already a seller and I already make a good bit of money, I've sold a lot on that website. I think I'm already at 270-ish sales.
Oh, nice.
So I can refer you, and of course it'll give me also, I think it'll give me like $200, but it would also give you a higher chance of getting accepted.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a win-win situation. So I can give you the link for that as well, and it's just
I
so you
better
can
get half of that cut right there, because that's my brother.
Hey, you don't get half of it until you're married, right?
What the hell? All right, I see how it is. I see you, Doodle Bob.
The boys got to stick together. Sorry, Lilo.
Exactly.
No.
All right, guys.
But I do have to say one thing real quick. Sorry. Like I said, there is a video game section, and I know that you're talking about like buying on you said Instagram, right?
Yeah.
That's the one thing great, and I'll stand by it. I'm not biased at all, because I saw it, and I promise you, I'll stand by Whatnot, is that it's so hard to find fakes on Whatnot, because Whatnot was like, people are so enthusiastic about their certain products that they'll spot it instantly, right?
Okay.
So no one sells fakes, because of course they're going to get banned instantly.
Right.
But like when I buy off of even eBay, I bought multiple. I collect a lot of Dragonites. I buy multiple Dragonites off eBay. I bought, I think, 20 so far ish cards from eBay, and at least half of them were fake. I mean, it was like it's so like 50-50 shot. But at Whatnot, I've never ever gotten a fake card.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah. I stopped buying off of eBay for the same reason. I bought the Pokemon Game Boy Advance games. Dude, these games were faker than the nails that my wife puts on every freaking weekend. It was ridiculous, man. And I paid a good amount of money for those stupid games that, I don't know. Yeah, that kind of what pushed me to stop collecting, because I loved collecting, but it's just, it puts you down when you get screwed out of money out of that, like that, and
you lose the trust.
Yeah, and it sucks. It sucks, because not only are you out the money, like you don't even have what you were looking for,
Yep,
like,
exactly. You're out of both.
Yeah, so I stopped collecting, and in a way it was for the better. Because like I said, I have 2 kids now, so I gotta even though I still have, some money that I use for myself for video gaming, I that's all I'm using it for. Like that's my, expendable income. What was the word? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's where I use the money that for me, right? So I gotta pick and choose. Do I want to be a collector? Or do I want to be a gamer? And obviously, I
Exactly.
ended up picking gamer. So,
You're listening to Dadcast Games.
but yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping this up. I appreciate you guys being here with me. If you guys wanna throw out where we can find you, Lilo, where can we find you? Where do you do anything other than just gaming? Do you stream? Do you have a Twitter or
Um,
something? Let us know where we can find you.
I don't really stream anymore, but I mean, I'm LELO225 anywhere on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. If I ever do start streaming again, you know, but that's what it is. Lelo225. Again, LEELO225 is where you can find me, I guess.
Nice. Doodle Bob, what about you? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at doodlebob_TV, or you can find me, of course, on Whatnot. It is whatnot.com/doodlebobtv, or you can just type in doodlebobtv and find the user and press the follow button.
There you have it. You guys looking for any Pokemon stuff? Doodle Bob's your person to go to.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
go for it.
Thank you guys for everything. Again, anybody that's out there listening, I appreciate you being here with me. Don't forget, I put out a podcast episode every Saturday. Every Saturday. If you haven't already, share it with somebody. Share it with a dad. Any dad, gamer dad that you know out there that you think may like anything video game related. This is what this podcast is all about. I like to talk about the struggles of being a gamer dad here on this podcast. So if you know anybody that goes through those struggles, share it with them. I appreciate it so much. And once again, thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Later.